Hi, right, I'm going to continue with the last tutorial I was doing was the chest. I did have a little sketch of it here, but I decided to delete it, but it was something like that. And the next thing I was going to do was the padlock area. So the padlock will be, I'll have two little catches, the hole on this part will be a little catch as well, and the padlock would basically go through there, so the padlock would be like something like that. And you could do the little cover for it as well, which would be quite cool. Okay, so I'm going to model the padlock. So one thing I could do is either hide this or freeze it so I don't affect it. I'll just freeze it a minute. So you can right click on the selected objects and go to object properties and choose freeze. This way it will still show but you can't interact with it. Okay, so let's model out the padlock. One thing I do want to detail out for the padlock is I want to be able to know how many segments to make it. So if I've got something like that, there's the bar, it was round. Base, and there's the keyhole. Just a little bit that swivels over it and covers it. That's kind of optional. I think I might just do away with that actually to save it looking a bit silly. So I'll put a little nub there though to make it seem as though that part's been broken off. And it will have a thickness of about this much as well. Okay, I want to be able to split this into segments, so I'd probably split it there, and for this curve I'll split it there, 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 and that should do it. And vertically I'll have a line there, on the edge, there, one through the middle, there, and the edge. So we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 5 in between the edges. 6 and 7 for the edges. So I'll go ahead and I'll create a box in the front viewport. And I'll make it roughly where it's going to go. Turn on the snap setting. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 out from the centre. Bring it over like that. And let go and bring it out about that much, a little bit chunky. I'll bring it out to where it's going to go. And a cool thing about 3dsMax is you can right click on the object and choose isolate selection, and I'm in a kind of temporary isolation mode. I can jump back out by clicking on that little panel, but it lets me work on the one object for the time being. Now I want to see these lines come up, so I'll, edge faces is on, make sure that's on, that way you can see your divisions. So I need 5 lines in between, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that gives me the 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So that's me got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to edit roll poly. to the front a little bit. Just going to give myself a bit more workspace. Turn the snaps back off. Let's have a look at that image again. Okay, so we've got these bits coming out of the way. I'll scale them out. Look at that. Oh, it's not showing. There we go. And the kind of curve there that meets roughly where that is at the highest point. So this one here, scale out till it meets that. Hold down, select these ones, and hold down Control and select these ones, and scale them out as well. Okay, it's a bit flat at the base. And then you can create a curve there. So I'll just take these ones and I'll just move those down like that. Okay. The top part here's got a little curve to it, so I'll move those down. And I'll scale them out. Just on the X part here, I'm scaling them out. I don't want to scale them like this or like that, otherwise I'll get distortions at different angles, so just pay attention to what axis I'm pulling and pushing at there. Okay, and you can see I've kind of distorted it a little bit. So I'll just do undo until it goes back to normal. Okay, so for some reason, while I was in perspective mode, it never selected those back face verts. So I'll do that again. Select, I'll use it the front viewport as well, makes it a little bit easier. Bring those down, scale them. Choose this one and bring it down. Okay. Now I could make the keyhole part here. A couple of ways I could do that is to cut these or move parts in, and I'll basically just move parts in. I'm quite happy with the amount of polys that I've got, so I'll just select this. Hold down Control and select this, and I'll scale it in the way. And take these and bring them down a little bit more. Okay, so the geometry is a little bit messy, it's kind of going up and down, but that's really minor things to worry about. Okay, so something like that. And I'll get into the face mode. Polygon. I'll choose this one. In fact, make sure I've got back face ignored so that I'm only selecting the front. I'll just tap at those. I'm on the move tool, so watch I don't tap and accidentally move things by accident. So do that, and yeah, you can see the back of it is being rearranged as well, and I've actually selected the wrong side for some reason. That's better. It's just the perspective I was looking at back. Okay. And I'll just do an extrude, but I'll bring it in the way about minus. I can check the side here, see how far in I go. Yeah, that looks good, almost halfway. Okay. I'll use, I could use a torus and half it in 2 cylinders, or I could use a spline and do, could do an arc. Do the arc here. Yeah, that's about good. And I'll click on this rendering part, enabling viewport. That looks pretty good, but there's so many sides to it. We only need about 8, maybe less. It is really small, get away with 6. Interpolation, I can bring that down to 4, maybe 3. Yep, that's pretty good. Now that's just the arc. I need to sort of create the lines a little bit more. So I don't want to just drag this down. I want to create lines and add it to it later. So I should still have those settings. There we go. Create a line and stop them there. Okay, so I'll choose this one. You can see it doesn't match up very well there, but that'll be ironed out shortly. So this one, and I'll right click and do editable poly, and that basically turns this into a 3D model now. And I'll choose elements. I'll go down to attach. I won't use the attach list, I'll just use attach and attach these here. Okay, now I can go into the vertex mode, and I'll select all these verts that are a little bit skewed out, and I can use the weld selector here. A good thing to note is the before and after. So I'll bring this up until it's okay, it's kind of doing them all in one go there. So I'll just do this weld. And it's not very effective for some reason. So I will just undo undo to the point where I don't attach these, and I've got this as the arc, and there should be a way to continue the line there, but I could make it into an editable spline, and I can create more lines from that. Create line. Create line. There we go. As you can see, it doesn't continue it, but I'll do that anyway. It's still part of the object. Okay. Now I should be able to do something here to stop that happening. Automatic welding, maybe. Oh. Right, I'm afraid that's my time up for this tutorial. I've not quite made the padlock yet, but I will make the padlock eventually. Okay, so I'll catch you on the next video. Okay.